You know, she was perfect for the role of Naui because she's luminescent. Like, you know, some people just really work at vulnerability, and sometimes it's harder to see, like, sort of have a window into their soul. And Thuso is just translucent paper. That's all I could say. I mean, she's translucent and very, in my opinion, very intelligent actor. So she makes choices that are complicated. And she is tiny but mighty. You know, it's small, but does it. And then when her power is unharnessed, it lashes out, it's unleashed, and it just has the power to just destroy you and disseminate you. So it's almost like the vulnerability of a young girl, but then the power of the warrior. It's absolutely in her. And it was absolutely in her audition. And by the way, that was on Zoom. How hard is that to do?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. And I am grateful that I got an opportunity to just be with Viola outside of production, you know, because we got a chance to train together in pre-production, build a relationship outside of the story, and then coming onto set, having that give and take, you know, being in a space where I didn't feel like I had to prove myself to Viola. You know, I didn't feel like, oh, there's pressure to be something that I'm not. It was, here's a story that we all want to tell. What's the best way of telling it? I felt safe at all times, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Whenever a project is personal to someone, the passion, it can't be quantified. You know that they're going to protect it. You know that they're gonna do their best with it. They're going to give 150%, and she has the ability. I mean, she is a Black woman herself, and that's one thing that she's going to protect too. And the first meeting was really kind of magical. I know she felt really embarrassed by it because she wept. I think I handed her a Kleenex, but that's the moment that she got the job.
Well, part of my audition was a physical test to determine whether I would be able to do my stunts. Thankfully, I passed. Here I am. But the reality of doing the stunts, we had training every day. We had physical strength training with Gabriella McLean. I had running training with Viola Davis, running uphill, full speed. That was interesting. We had stunts training with Danny Hernandez, where we did combat training. We worked with weapons. We did different forms of martial arts. And it was crazy. It was hard.
We would bring our plastic swords home, and I would put it down and say, "Don't touch that." I would tell my daughter, "Don't you touch my sword."
It was, yeah.
My practice sword.
I'm really fascinated with the bow staff, or the spear, and that was Sheila's weapon, Amenza's weapon. My character, when we first started, what was in the script is that she aspired to be more like Nanuska. Hence, her weapon of choice, or well, the choice given to her by the king was the machete. But when I was creating Naui as a character, and then, you know, working with the mindset of an assassin, for me, my thing is she should be able to use anything as a weapon. If she loses this, what does she do? Is she using her body? What does she find? She should be someone who can use anything and turn it into a weapon.
It was its own character. It really was. It can't be fabricated by anyone. You know, you can't go to any other country and pretend that it's Africa. Africa, it's like, you know, God's playground. We would go to set when we were in KwaZulu-Natal. We'd go to set, I'd be in the car and I'm looking at giraffes and elephants. And I mean, there are no words. And then the spirit of the people.
Yeah.
The spirit of the people can't be quantified either. I mean, the joy, the dedication, the ownership.
It really is unlike anything you will ever see or have ever seen. And big screen wise, it's not the same as watching it on a small screen at home. The sounds, the experience in itself, I don't know how to describe it.
It's a big story.
Yeah.
That it deserves a big screen. It's big in scope, and the battle scenes, the emotions, the largeness of the characters, the landscape, the skies, the sound, the music, and here's the thing that you get in a big audience. You get a community.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're sitting with other people and you're able to connect and you're having a shared experience.